What's up, guys? Matt Moda here to talk to you about game 3 of this Phillies versus Mets series. Just a rough go of it for the Phillies as they just continue to soil themselves whenever they play at Citi Field. That place just continues to be a nightmare. They blew another lead last night, a 2-0 lead blown to the Mets, highlighted, or I should say low-lighted, by 4 straight singles given up by Joan Duran in the bottom of the ninth. Tough day for us as well, 0 for 2 on our home run predictions. Pete Alonso had a decent day at the plate, which we'll talk about, just unfortunately could not clear a fence. And DeMarc Vientos really didn't even come close, so not really much I can say about there. As for tonight, Taijuan Walker on the mound for the Phillies, Nolan McLean on the mound for the Mets. McLean, young ace for the Mets, has just been fantastic through 2 starts into his MLB career. Going to have 2 plays today, 1 pitcher prop, 1 home run prop. Before we get into that, just remember to like the video, comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel as we attempt to grow this, especially heading into football season. And then go to BetMGM and use the promo code CROSSING to sign up to get one of 2 offers depending on the state that you are located in. As for today, as I mentioned, 2 plays to lock in. And let's get started with the pitcher prop. We're going to go with Nolan McLean to record 6 strikeouts, offered at plus 140 odds. Now, obviously, a ton of the data that we're going off of here is going to be relying on a small sample size. He's only made 2 starts in his MLB career. He's been fantastic in both of those starts. Now, he cashed this 6 strikeout number in both of them. 8 strikeouts in his first start, 7 in his next one. He's only given up 2 earned runs combined in those 2 starts. He's gone 12.1 innings, 1.46 ERA, 2.96 FIP, 2.40 xFIP, 2.51 Sierra. That's a lot of nerd stats on top of ERA to show you that he's been fantastic. You look at how his stuff grades out. This is according to Fangraphs, which literally has a stat called Stuff Plus that measures the quote-unquote stuff of a pitcher's arsenal. Looks at average velocity, spin rate, movement, all that stuff, and grades each individual pitch. Anything that is listed at 100 is completely average. Anything lower than that number is below average. Anything higher is above average. Every single pitch that McLean throws is graded out as above average according to Stuff Plus, with the highlight being his curveball, which we all knew his curveball was electric, but it's his best pitch by far, like a 149 Stuff Plus, which is really good. Just a nasty curveball. And you look at his numbers, again, everything we're going to say here is going to be going off of a small sample size, but strikeout rate, 32.6%. K per 9, 10.95. Those are 2 fantastic numbers. Those would be among the best in the entire MLB. We're talking that would be the 3rd highest strikeout rate in the entire MLB, only below Zach Wheeler, who unfortunately is out for the year, and Tariq Skubal. Those are 2 pretty big names. His K per 9, that would be the 5th highest in the entire MLB. Again, guys above him, Tariq Skubal, Zach Wheeler, Garrett Crochet, just the best pitchers in baseball in terms of strikeout stuff. Again, it's only been 2 starts, so you don't want to get ahead of yourself, but he's been fantastic in those 2 starts, and that's all the data that we have to go off of. He's also thrown 91 and 94 pitches in both of these 2 starts as well, so the Mets are trusting him to go relatively deep into games. I actually think that last point is pretty important. The Mets bullpen pretty worked over the last 2 days, including at Diaz, who went almost 2 full innings yesterday, so my guess here is that the Mets are hoping they can get 6-7 innings out of McLean, so they might let him pitch deep into the game again, assuming he doesn't get rocked. And then you look at the matchup. I will admit, the Phillies are generally not a team you would want to target for strikeout props for a right-handed pitcher. I mean, I know they just struck out a bunch last night. That was against Manaea, who's a lefty. They do have a pretty low strikeout rate against righties. I'll give them that. But we know that this Phillies team, their offense does not garner much trust on the road. Now, their offense hasn't been terrible through these first 2 starts, 2 games, I should say, at Citi Field. They just haven't been able to score with or hit with runners on base. But generally, the Phillies are a team that does not hit as well on the road. And we've seen young pitchers like the Nats, Cade Cavalli, come in and pitch really well against the Phillies. So for plus 140, I think it's worth a sprinkle. I wouldn't put a full unit on this one, maybe like 3/4 of a unit, just unit size it down a little bit because there is some negatives, some things to look out for this one. But again, for the price, I think it's worth it. And then for the home run prop, we're going to go right back to Pete Alonso to hit a home run. You can get that at plus 320 odds. Now, yes, Alonso did not clear a fence yesterday. He did not hit a home run. He had a fantastic day at the plate. He would 4 hits, 2 RBIs. So for those of you that take 4 bases instead of just home run, yes or no, you actually cashed out a play on Pete Alonso yesterday. Not only did he have 4 total hits, he had 3 hard hits. Now, hard hit meaning anything with exit velocity 95 miles an hour or faster, including, so he had 3 of those. He also had the 2 hardest hits of the entire game. He had an EV log of 110.1 and 109.6. Now, those were both singles. He didn't get as much of a launch angle as needed for it to be a home run. Still hit the ball really, really well. And again, those were the 2 hardest hits of the entire game yesterday. And then he also had a double that was 98.7 miles an hour off the bat that just needed to be hit a little bit harder to clear a fence. But that continues a really, really impressive run that Pete Alonso is on. He leads the MLB with 19 hard hits over the last 7 days. The only batter, or I should say the batter with the second most, has 16. So it's pretty decently behind, 3 full hits behind Alonso. That's in the last 7 days. That's 19 hard hits in 7 days. Even I can do that math. That's almost 3 a game. Now, looking at those hard hits, 16 of them were considered either a line drive or a fly ball, meaning he's hit the ball hard and he's putting it in the air in some capacity. That also leads the MLB in terms of hard hit line drive plus fly balls. Now, he's only got 1 home run to show for it over the last week, but make no mistake, Alonso just has been annihilating the baseball. Oh yeah, he's going up against Taijuan Walker. We faded Taijuan Walker in his last start, gave up a home run to Riley Adams that we were on, and Alonso has taken Taijuan Walker yard 3 times over this season and last year. He took him yard twice last year, took him yard earlier this year in June. So Alonso obviously has fantastic numbers against Taijuan Walker. And in general, Walker has struggled keeping the ball in the fence recently. Over his last 6 starts, he's allowed a home run every 18 and a half at-bats. That number jumps up slightly to every 17 at-bats against right-handed pitching. Pretty bad barrel rate allowed, pretty low strikeout rate, decently bad hard hit rate for Walker against righties in that stretch. Walker had a good stretch. He allowed 1 home run last start to the Nats. We were on that. The 3 games prior to that, he didn't allow a single home run, pitched pretty well. The 3 starts prior to that, he allowed a combined 7 home runs. So it's all just kind of the ebbs and flows of how a season goes, but I'm expecting Walker to start getting rocked. I'm expecting Alonso to get one off of him. And that's all we got. So 2 props for you guys to lock in. Nolan McLean, 7+ strikeouts. Pete Alonso to hit a home run. Appreciate everybody for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Go to BetMGM. Use the promo code CROSSING to sign up. Make sure to bet responsibly and have a good one. Must be 21 or older in participating states. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See terms and conditions in the description of the video.